Madison Vid Online presents Online Distractions by Lorenzo and Nathan. According to recent studies, the average student grades have decreased due to COVID.
Okay, just cut that out. All right. Temporary substitute teacher, that's better. Middle school, mostly at Madison, not anywhere else. Today I'm answering interview questions about online learning. First question is, what are the main distractions at home? For me personally, main distraction is the Xbox, okay? Working at home, my desk is right next to my TV in my room, okay? So trying to separate those two entities, whether it be watching football videos or something like that. My attention often gets drawn to the Xbox, playing Rocket League or watching sports or something like that, when I really should be sitting at my desk reading or watching some YouTube videos or doing something like that. So that's my personal main distraction at home. And I'm sure for kids at the middle school age, it's the same thing if they have access to electronics. A lot of their stuff, YouTube wise, if they're on Discord or watching Twitch streamings and all that stuff, that will coincide with what their distractions are. And that's actually could be on the Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. Also could be on the laptop too. So that's even harder to separate work from recreational time, because all you got to do is have different tabs open at the same time. So I think those would be the biggest distractions at home for me personally and for kids at the middle school age. How these distractions affect online learning. Thankfully for me, during class, I don't have the urge to play Rocket League or turn on the Xbox. And, I always have my camera on when I'm in class, so I really don't have a choice, okay? It'd be kind of weird if I was sitting like this playing Xbox while I was trying to teach class. Okay, those two things just don't line up, right? But for students, right, who are in class, maybe don't turn their cameras on and things like that, people who maybe don't necessarily care about virtual school, these distractions affect their online learning because they can't fully engage their brain into doing school things because, nobody's really looking over their shoulder. I know that Go Guardian is a thing, but it's only for Chromebooks, right? So if you had another laptop, you could just be watching Twitch or YouTube or whatever's going on over here and just kind of be on class here. All right. So it's really about the middle school students' ability to focus. Okay. They don't focus. They don't focus enough. They can't fully engage their brain into online learning because they have so many other things at their disposal that they might be able to do at the exact same time, because they're just in their room and they're not in the classroom, right? Third question here says, is it easier or harder to explain things during online learning? As a substitute, it's always easier if I have lesson plans, okay? The difference between classroom and virtual learning, all right, is that people, again, aren't turning their cameras on, okay? So you can't see students face to face. You can't really tell if you have their attention or if that you don't, because you're not looking at them, all right? So I would say it's not harder to explain things during online learning, but it's harder to get answers in online learning. It's harder to get engagement in online learning because people are just kind of sitting behind their cameras, don't really want to unmute or do anything like that, right? So if you want to ask thought-provoking questions or things like that, it's really hard to get engaged with somebody. The chat box is really good. Most of the time I try to turn the chat box into a thread and pretend that me virtual teaching is like some kind of YouTube stream and just run it like that. And it appears that a lot of students are very comfortable with that, cool with just typing in answers and things like that.
During online learning, attendance has gone down with people not attending their classes.
How do you feel about online school?
I think it's okay. I think it's boring, actually. But it's effective, and the people that are in there, they're doing pretty good in the pandemic.
In a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about returning to real school?
8.
Do you think many students cooperate well with online school?
Not very much.
What do you think are the distractions online?
Uh, Games and YouTube or other websites, like all the fun websites. And yeah.
Thank you. About 75% of the students' parents require them to return to in-person learning.
Okay, so what are the main distractions that you have at home?
Probably siblings and my phone. I have lots of siblings.
I do too. What is it easy or hard to get distracted at home?
Very easy.
Okay. Last but not least, how do you stop getting distracted from your siblings and your phone? Like, how do you?
By putting my phone in another room and then locking my door so none of them can get in.
Stay focused and know the distractions, and you'll accomplish your goals much faster. Have a good day.